Well, during the month of May, we have Historic Preservation Month, and now we've moved into the month of July, and the Historic Preservation celebration continues. And here today we have with us Betsy Kellums, who's with Historic Preservation at the City of Greeley, to tell us about some of those upcoming events. Betsy, always great to have you here.
Thank you, Amy. It's so great to be here.
All right, so we're going to start off with the one kind of our primary reason for being here today, and that is a pre-Chautauqua event that's going to be happening right here where we are today at the Greeley History Museum.
Yes, we will be having Young Chautauquans perform for our history presentation in July. It will be Thursday, July 27th, here at the History Museum in the community room at noon. We will have several Young Chautauquans performing. We have one young lady they're both from the Fred Chardas School of Innovation. Both of them are first-time Young Chautauquans. One is a 7th grader, Eliana Luce, will present Julia Child, and 5th grader, Sarah Passanau, will portray Amelia Earhart.
Okay, so now just in case we have any of our viewers that may not have heard the term Chautauqua or know what that is about, can you give us just kind of a brief overview of why this is a big deal for the kids to do this and participate and what it's all about?
Absolutely. A Chautauqua-style presentation is a type of acting, really. They identify somebody from history, and it could be recent history or a long time ago or anything in between, and they research them, they write a monologue about the person's life from that person's point of view. They memorize it, and then they present it to a crowd, and then they answer questions as that person. So they have to know more than just the monologue. And then once they're done with that, we ask them questions as the actual person they are, asking questions like, why did you choose that person?
Right. Now, I can say from experience, my daughter participated in this, and it is intense. It's a lot of work for these kids to do this. They do a fantastic job. And these are some interesting characters, Julia Child and Amelia Earhart. Lots of information there that they have to go through, but then they become those characters, and they kind of live it for a while, especially when they're doing all of the research. So this is really exciting for the kids. So can we just reiterate again what the dates and times, and does anybody need to bring anything? Is there a fee to, like an admission fee, those kinds of things?
The event is free and open to the public. There is no reservations required. In fact, I'd rather people not call me and tell me they're going to come. I just want people to show up. There's no need to call. We will be here in the community room. There is a room capacity, I think it's somewhere around 50 people. So I hope to fill it up and have people spilling out if possible. You can bring your lunch. We encourage people to do so if that makes it more convenient for them. And we hope to see everybody here at the History Museum. This is one of the pre-Chautauqua events. It's sponsored by the city as well as the High Plains Chautauqua Committee. And it's one of many free events. People can find more information about it, the High Plains Chautauqua, at their website, highplainschautauqua.org, I believe.
You got it right. Yeah, you sure did. So we've got a few minutes left here, and I want to make sure that we have some time to talk about your other popular area besides the history presentations, and those are the walking tours. You have a couple of those coming up.
Yes, we have 2 walking tours scheduled in July. The first one is Monday, July 17th at 5:30 p.m. We will be walking through the North Cranford neighborhood. A lot of people think of Cranford as south of 16th Street. Well, there's a portion of Cranford that extends north of 16th Street. We will be starting at the corner of 11th Avenue and 14th Street. It is also free and open to the public. Please don't call me to tell me you're coming, just please come. I love hearing from people, but I hope to see everybody there. My high school intern, Lucy Randall, will be co-leading the tour with me. She's been doing research on some properties in that area that we had surveyed by a consultant earlier this year. So she's been doing more detailed research and will be presenting what she found.
All right, so then that second walking tour after North Cranford.
Yes, that is also a pre-Chautauqua event. We will be starting in at Charles and Laura Archibald Park. That is a tour about Germans from Russia primarily. We'll probably talk about a little bit of other cultures in the neighborhood, but primarily Germans from Russia.
Right, so that makes sure that we cover a lot. Like I said at the beginning, we have a lot that's happening in the month of July. And as you mentioned before, we have the High Plains Chautauqua, I got to say that right, event that's going to be happening for the community as a whole in Greeley, and that is happening from July 31st to August 1st. They have a great theme this year. Oh, the places we've been, talking about explorers, entertainers, and adventurers. So make sure you head on over and check out that website that Betsy mentioned earlier. That may mean you have to go back and watch this episode again. Is there anything else, Betsy, that you want to mention? I know historic preservation, you have so much that's going on. One of the things that we've kind of been talking about are designated properties as well. If anybody is interested or wanting to know if their property is eligible, are you the person to talk to?
Yes, absolutely. Please call me. And before I forget, that walking tour on July 24th starts at 6 p.m.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to make sure that we touch on today before we say farewell?
If you have any questions about the history of your house, or you're interested in a neighborhood or anything related to local history, give me a call. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Betsy Kellums with the Historic Preservation with the City of Greeley. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, so again, lots happening there. We covered a lot of ground today, so make sure that you head on over, find out all the details about the events happening for High Plains Chautauqua, as well as the Young Chautauquans, history presentations, walking tours, and more at greeleygov.com/HP.